Hello everyone, Akarfire here, and this is not a new Exolien devlog. You see, I have already been working on Exolien for 4 months straight and I need a small break. This is why today we are working on a small side project. But don't worry, I'll still try to make it as cool as possible. Alright, let's not waste time and get to development. This side project's idea is kinda simple. I wanted to create something like Horizon Zero Dawn, but in a fantasy world. The problem is that Horizon is a pretty big game, and I don't have time to do another big game. So we are making it rather small. This is gonna be a third-person robot hunting game with world exploration elements. When I decided on that, I put a few ideas on a mind map. I'm not gonna read all of it, but here is the essential part. We play as Zar, a hunter. We have a camp with a few NPCs who give us bounties to hunt down ancient robots. During the day we go out hunting with our bow and a limited amount of arrows. But we have to complete the bounty and return to the camp before the night comes, otherwise evil spirits will hunt us down. With this idea in mind, I started to design my character. I used Alloy as my reference and after a few hours in Krita I came up with this design. Then I moved on to modeling her in Blender. I recorded the whole process but decided to publish the timelapse as a separate video. So if you want to see it, check my channel and maybe it has already been published. As you can see, I decided to stick to my cel shaded style, cause I play a lot of Genshin Impact now and I just love anime style shading. Then I gave Zara a bow and started animating her. I was too lazy to create locomotion animations, so we'll get them from Unreal Marketplace. But I felt like it's my duty to create all the bow animations by myself, so I did just that. I had to get some references and I knew just the game with very cool bow animations, and since I don't have Horizon Zero Dawn on my PC right now, I went to Genshin and recorded some reference footage there. And then it was just a matter of dragging some animation controls around. With character and animations done, it was finally time to start the development. So I launched Unreal version 4, not 5 cause my PC is too weak for Unreal 5, and created a new project. I decided to name it Zaris, cause Zaris, yeah. I also grabbed Advanced Locomotion System from the marketplace, but a few bugs appeared after retargeting, so the system didn't want to work properly, and I decided to only grab animations from this package. Then I got to movement. I wanted to make my character as satisfying to control as possible, but the stuff to character isn't satisfying at all, and I got to thinking, why is that? And here is what I came up with. In first-person action games, satisfaction comes from responsiveness, so when you click a button, you instantly get what you want. But in third-person adventure and exploration games, the character needs to have some weight to be satisfying. So how can we give character some weight? The answer is interpolation. I thought, what if instead of immediately reacting to player's movement input, we slowly interpolate inner input to the player's one? I know it might not be very intuitive, but the result does feel pretty nice. The system is actually more realistic, as in real life when you're running, you can't instantly reverse your direction. You have to stop first, and this system emulates it just fine. Alright, movement is cool of course, but let's be honest, we're all here for the bow. So I got to implement a simple aiming system. Then I actually gave Zara a bow and worked on a few animations to make it look good. After that I had to add actual shooting. Implementing animations and arrows was pretty simple, but then a question appeared. Where should the arrow go? Where the bow is facing or to the center of the camera? At first I decided to mix these two directions to get a semi-realistic result. Its advantage was that it was actually harder to shoot while moving, and much easier when standing still or crouching, which is pretty realistic. But later on I just found it too annoying, and made the arrows go right into the center of the camera. Okay, we can shoot, but what are we gonna shoot at? We need an ancient robot, and fortunately I already modeled one like a year ago. So I imported it into the project, gave it a nice cel-shaded look and started to work on some animations. I didn't want to create traditional animations for this mech, cause I'm not particularly good at creating walking cycles, so I decided to try myself in procedural animation. I watched a few videos about it and became a certified professional, or so I thought. First I had to set up IK controls for the mech, which is pretty easy in Unreal. Then came the coding part. The concept here is rather simple. Just check if primary foot is too far from where it's supposed to be, and if true, just move every foot in order to the new locations. Sounds simple, right? It's not! To get it at least this good, I spent 3 days and used a bunch of tricks that I had to figure out all by myself. First I decided to move the foot not to its target location, but a little further, like when walking in real life. And this already made it look much better. But the body still felt like it's gliding on its own, which was awful. So I decided to position it using the average location of the feet with a vertical offset. At this point it already looked pretty good when walking, but when it only started to walk it still looked very weird. I tried fixing that by bringing the primary foot forward before walking, but even that didn't help that much. But I was already pretty tired of this, so I left it as it was. If you have any tips about procedural animation, then please leave them in the comments or in my Discord server so I know how to get it better. So alright, our golem can walk, but it's currently pretty dumb, because it can only follow the character. It can't even attack us, which should be fixed. I started by giving it some artificial intelligence, and that means that now it's not it's him. So now he will just walk around randomly until he spots the player, then he will follow us and try to attack. If we are close enough, he will punch us, and if we are far away, he will launch 2 homing missiles at us. Hehe, fantasy game go brrrr. But now we need to somehow resist him. First I gave this mech a few vital points, 2 on the shoulders and 1 in his eye. If player hits him in these spots, he will take damage. But keep in mind that all vital points have their own health, and to defeat the robot you need to destroy all 3 of them. Since missiles are launched from the shoulders, destroying the shoulders stops the mech from firing it. Then I also gave our character a simple roll dodge from this nice little animation package, and created a simple dodging system. Currently our character doesn't have any health system, so it doesn't do much, but it will come in handy later. Also, the lack of health system means that we can safely get beat up by robots without worrying about the thing. After ending all these things, I polished everything up with some Niagara particles and called it a day. I guess that's gonna be it for this devlog. I hope to finish this small game next month, even though I'll have to go to school. Anyway, thanks for watching, see you next time, bye! Oh, this one seems interesting.